Okay, everyone is familiar with sports. Sports is a big part of most of our lives. Each of us identify with certain teams, like I associate with the Giants and the Broncos, but everyone knows of the high we support all these athletes and how much they hold importance to all of us. They also have a side of them that they want to show off, and that pertains to their performance. Everyone knows that they are paid millions of dollars, and in order to have such a pay, they should be performing that way. So athletes turn to different types of improvement, and what I'm going to talk about today is how they use steroids. And my stance on that is they shouldn't be allowed to take steroids for its crippling causes to the human body. Steroids is very, very much common in sports. I mean, you turn on the news and there's a scandal of this athlete from football is taking steroids, this baseball athlete is taking steroids. Steroids is a very major part of performance-enhancing drugs for many of our pro athletes. And the reason why I think I should be talking about this topic is because sports is very relevant in my life. I love sports. It's a type of pastime for me. I love playing it in general. And I just am fascinated by how much steroids actually hurts the user more than is realized. Steroids affect one's psychology, and it can even damage organs, and can risk the user of catching HIV and AIDS. So as far as psychology goes, the steroids can affect one's personality. Because steroids increases testosterone levels in the user, it makes them more aggressive. And that is very, very scary, because we all hear about, like recently in ESPN and stuff, of the Ravens player abusing his wife. And I mean, we do not want more like domestic abuse and stuff like that in our society. We deal with that much more, and let alone from athletes too. I don't think that should be a thing to just toss away. And it also creates hostility too, and according to the article Anabolic Steroids in Sports Winning at Any Cost from the Department of New York Health, says that the aggressive behavior is very much a common side effect of using steroids, and is definitely something we should probably try avoiding, and is why they should be taking it. And now as far as, following psychology, it also damages one's insides. And when I say insides, I also mean organs and blood. So, steroids can increase one's cholesterol. And you hear all the time about people saying that, oh, I need to lower my cholesterol, I have high blood pressure and all that. Well, if you're an athlete, it's probably not wise to have many health problems. And in the article, Performance Enhancing Drugs Know the Risk by the Mayo Clinic, it is known that the cholesterol can go really, really high and even cause cardiovascular disease, obstructed blood vessels, or even stroke. And that could be very fatal for athletes. As well as that, it even can destroy your liver, and we need our liver, as well as makes our skin very full of acne because of the high levels of hormones, and causes rashes. And for guys, I'm sure this is probably not what they want, but as I read in the article Why Steroids Are Bad for You, the 411 on Steroids, 911 by Danoon, it reduces testosterone at times and increases estrogen. Now, I'm pretty sure no guy wants more estrogen than testosterone, just thinking about that one when wanting to take this drug. Now, from the article, Anabolic Androgenic Steroids, Mechanism of Action and Effect on Performance by Fale, says that it increases acne again, and then says that the patterns of all of this can lead to stuff that's really damaging. And finally, as stated in the effects of anabolic steroids in athletes, one can contract HIV from using steroids. Now one would wonder why, how would you be able to contract this if you're just doing it by yourself? But you can also take steroids by using a needle, which is what these containers are. And everyone wants to be a friend and share and help out a buddy because, oh, it's like, I'm getting all buff. Here, let me help out my friend who also wants to do this. So in sharing that, the person might be contracting the disease and then spread it to their friend. And everyone does not want to be stuck with HIV or AIDS because AIDS is not treatable and you live with that your entire life. So instead of helping your friend out, you're actually hurting him. So increasing that chance is definitely not cool. And that is from the National Institute of Drug and Abuse of Anabolic Steroids by the NIDA. And they also said that you can get hepatitis B and C. So really, sharing the needle is probably not a smart thing in terms of getting buff at what cost and not using it by nature. So all in all, athletes should not be allowed to use steroids because of its effect on one's psychology, the damage it causes to our organs, and even makes us contract HIV or AIDS. We really need to stop this because, as you just learned, it really hurts one more than it helps. And I mean, all you have to do is really just try hard at your sport. You don't need a drug to make you do better. So really, we should probably stop this completely, not just like, oh, okay, just toss it aside, they'll stop now once we charge them and stuff. We need to just ban them or something to make people stop doing this because it's not helping anyone. So that is my speech on steroids, and thank you for listening.